Hello, good day. I am from the College of Criminal Justice Education, and my name is Joshua Obahe. And for today's video, we are going to talk about what is handwriting, the individuality of handwriting, handwriting examination, general characteristics of handwriting, types and classes of handwriting, and factors that influence the handwriting. So all of those mentions are related to our main topic or main subject, question, documents, examination. So question, documents, examination. Before we proceed, let us define first what is handwriting. So based on our definition here, handwriting is a visible result of mental and muscular habits acquired by a long, continued, and painstaking effort of learning which is common to a person. So handwriting, it is the outcome of the ideas and knowledge of in our mind, and it is being further elaborated through writing and by the use of our muscular muscles like the hands, wrist, elbow, fingers, shoulders. Letters are formed in the materials that we are going to use or the paper. So handwriting is one of the most useful skills. A person who has learned to write can put thoughts on paper for the others to read. So, yan. All of those information that we write on a paper is a kind of information or a message that we're going to convey or for the others to read, and it conveys a information or a message to them. So importance of handwriting. So people can forget, but writing helps to remember. Yes, of course. In writing, a in writing, we can put our knowledge or informations, and we can help to remember the informations and further use it in future use. And handwriting plays a vital part in communication and is one of the most important ways in keeping ideas ready for use. So, of course, handwriting documents, it is our way of, or in our way of form of um, disseminating or a form of communication or disseminating information. And um, one of the medium of disseminating information to the other people or to a group or an organization. So individuality of handwriting, each person has unique handwriting style and there is no two person write exactly alike. So of course, each person has their own unique handwriting style in writing, or they have their own unique characteristics in writing. So everyone has natural variation, which can be due to writing instrument, mode, age, time, strains, positions, and environment. Of course, in writing there are different situation that affects our writing. Like for example, we are in a too much our emotions, or we have too much aggression, so it will cause a um, too much pressure, pen pressure when we write. The instrument or the instrument that we use is defective. So of course it will also affect our writing, our positions, and even the environment. Next, we have the individual. Individual cannot duplicate his own writing. Handwriting is a free-form activity, and there are infinite numbers of ways to write even the simplest letter combination. It is highly unlikely that any person will write his or her own name exactly the same way twice in an entire lifetime. So, of course, we have our own national writing, and even our own national writing cannot be duplicated, and 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 if it is duplicated, so it means, or we can conclude that it is a forge, or someone forging our writing. Like for example, in signature, even our signature, we cannot um, write, or we cannot input our signature in the same way, in the same size, length, or style. But if it is, but it has a um, exact size, exact length, so it means that the signature is being forged. Next, we have the factors that influence handwriting. So, what are the factors that influence handwriting? So, first we have the mechanical factors. So, such as the writing instrument, the quality of the paper, the writing surface, the position of the writer when writing, like standing, setting, or trying to write under adverse conditions, poor lighting, and other satisfactory conditions. So, in writing, there are a lot of situations that may affect a person while writing. So, this will refer to the quality of the paper, the surface, kung nagsusulat ka tapos may yung hindi nakapatong, yung paper is hindi nakapatong sa makapal na surface, and then at the back portion is parang kumbaga lubak-lubak o ganyan. So there will be a shaky movement, or a kind of tremor, or a variation that we can see in every stroke. The position of the writer. So of course, when you are writing standing position, of course, it will also affect your writing, natural writing, I mean. So next, we have the time span. The child's handwriting changes dramatically upon reaching adolescence. Adults continue to gradually change their handwriting over the course of his lifetime. I mean, of his life. The elderless handwriting skill may decline due to impaired coordination and loss of muscle control. So, of course, first, first we learn how to write. We learn a script type, or script type form of writing. So in this early stage, we are in a type of writing that guided handwriting. I mean, until we become older and older, the writing is changed until we learn cursive and different types of different style of writing. And then as we became a older or adults and more, there will be a change of our handwriting because there is a loss of muscle control. So kapag tumanda na tayo, of course, nagbabago na yung pagsusulat natin, kasi there will be a different condition that may affects the um, the handwriting of a person, like the shaky hands. Kasi kaya nga sabi dito, there will be a loss of muscle control. Yan, there will be a a tremor that can be seen in writings. So next we have the education. When did you learn how to write? Of course, um, we learn how to write. Um, I think in 4 to 5 years old above. Then yan. Next we have also muscular makeup. This can be impacted in work, sports, hobbies, and the like. So it also affects the, or influence the handwriting of a person. Like for example, in this picture, nakikita mo yung itong lalaki na somehow he is a bodybuilder. Of course, we can conclude that in his writing, there is a too much pressure or a pen pressure applied in on a materials, and then we can feel it the back portion that there is a, of course, a pressure when this writer writes. Next, we have the um, health, such as illnesses and injuries, medication, substance abuse, physical handicaps, severe stress, and long-term debilitating illnesses. So, in terms of health, it may also influence our handwriting. If you have a like the injuries, so example natin dito is meron kang bali sa yung kamay mo. And then ang nabali doon ay yung index finger mo. So yan, so in writing, we can um, alam natin na the dominating fingers is the thumb, index, and the middle finger. So of course, naapektuhan yung pagsusulat mo kasi may bali ka sa index finger mo. So yan. We have also blindness. So poor eyesight can interfere with one's handwriting ability. So yes, of course naman, nakaka-apekto or nakaka-influence din ito sa handwriting ng isang tao kapag hindi mo masyadong klaro yung mga letra kapag nagsusulat ka. Then yan. So we have also the mental health. Writing of mentally ill people may deteriorate into legibility. Mental depression affects the handwriting but does not diminish or distort the habitual characteristic. So iyan, those person who suffers um, deep or a too much emotions while in writing, but somehow this will not affect or does not diminish or destroy the habitual characteristics of the handwriting. So yan, we have also the drugs and medication. Undesirable side effects can distort handwriting. So yan, you are taking a medicine which is or if you are not taking a certain medicine, yan, kung hindi ka nakakapag-take ng medicine, yung required na medicine na prescribed ng doctor, um, ah, yung katawan mo is parang nagsi-shake or yung hands mo, may side effects sa katawan mo, and then somehow it will affect the handwriting or your handwriting. So we have also the alcohol and drug abuse. So alcohol reduces inhibition, causing larger, more rapid and slurred handwriting. Alcoholism causes uncontrolled muscular movement, jerking, and tremor. Drug abuse can alter handwriting. So those person who has a alcohol or alcoholic person, yun yung mga taong kapag hindi nakainom ay yung bagang nanginginig sila, or somehow they're they are not they're not in good condition. That's why when they are writing, of course it will affect the way they write. So there will be a tremor or a kind of shaky movement in their stroke or in average strokes when they write. So next we have the yes, tremor in handwriting. So yan, the meaning is involuntary rhythmic rhythmic and recurrent movement of the pen from side to side. Instant changes from desired direction the pen lines attributed to nervous impulses affecting the muscles, indication loss of control of the pen. So yan, example of tremor in handwriting is yung bagang um, you have a um, you feel nervous when writing. Yung nasulat ka ng iyong guro sa blackboard, then you are a shy person, then you feel nervous. Of course, when you write, the outcome of your writing is or it somehow affects your writings. So yan, we have also the guided hand. occurs when the writer gets support from another person when attempting to write. Rare and usually involves the infirm. So itong guided hand, it usually involved in children 4 and above. So yung mga batang nagsisimula pa lang magsulat. They are the example, or it is the example of guided hand. So next we have the handwriting examination. So handwriting examination, what is the purpose of handwriting examination? So, to determine whether or not a writing in dispute is a forgery, the writing is usually denied. Therefore, the examiner job is to find out whether it is genuine or forgery. So, if there is a question with regards to the handwriting of a person, the main purpose of the examiner, or the main job of the examiner, is to find out whether the document is genuine or being forged. So yan. Then next, we have the to determine whether or not a writing in dispute is that a suspected author, a question authorship is the problem intended for examiner to solve. This arises when writing is disguised to hide the true identity of the author is different from a suspected author. So yan, this is the most difficult situation, the situation that the examiner or the QDE will encounter. Yung mga author or yung mga nagsusulat na tinatago nila yung natural writings nila. So the examiner will will somehow um, um, nahihirapan sila na i-determine or i-identify yung writings. So next, we have the phases of handwriting examination. So first is the recognition of handwriting characteristics. All handwritings contain or exhibit identifying properties, elements, or features which are known as characteristics. Recognition, analysis of characteristics, properties of characteristics are observed or measured and determined. Such characteristics are generally divided into two. So in this phase of handwriting examination, there will be a recognition or a identification of the characteristics or the handwriting characteristics, and the characteristics are generally divided into two, which is the class or general and individual or personal. So first we have the class or general characteristics. These are characteristics which are common to a group such as a particular writing system, family group, foreign language system, or professional group. So this kind of characteristics which is which is can be seen or very common as very common in a group, like in a family, or in a particular writing system, or in a foreign language system, and the professional group. So next general characteristics, we have the individual or personal. These are characteristics which are personal or peculiar letters or letter combinations which taken together would not occur in the writing of another person. So yan, itong individual or personal characteristics of handwriting, ito ay nakikita lamang sa isang tao at hindi nakikita sa iba, just like in our fingerprint. So our fingerprint is very unique because no two person has the same fingerprint. So just like in our handwriting, that in every person has their own unique or has their own characteristics in handwriting. So yan. So next we have the second phases, which is the comparison of handwriting characteristics. Complete comparison of all characteristics, properties, or characteristics of the unknown determined through analysis are now compared with the familiar or recorded properties of known items. So in this phase or in this second phase, the the standard samples and the gathered or the our exam or the gathered samples will undergo by comparing it the handwriting characteristics or by comparing the characteristics, and then there will be a analysis conducted, and then to determine the similarities and dissimilarities of the said characteristics. So third is the evaluation of handwriting characteristics. Correct interpretation, evaluation of the characteristics, similarities or dissimilarities, properties or characteristics will each have a certain value for identification determined by its likelihood or accuracy. So in this last page of handwriting examination, there will be a kind of evaluation, a kind of interpretation of the or the handwriting characteristics between the standard samples and our gathered samples. So yan, dito i-compared and then i-evaluate what what are the different or the similarities or the similarities between the two. So yan, i-identify ng examiner the value and determine its likelihood or accuracy. Purposes of handwriting examination. I think bumalik na ito. I already explained this. So let us proceed to general characteristics of handwriting form. So general characteristics of handwriting form. First, we have the line quality, the skill of the writing, flowing letters and words, defined as the overall character of the written strokes from the initial to the terminal. So line quality. So in these characteristics, it can be seen in letters or words that is it the letters or words is in line to each other? Is it the strokes or the it is the of it is it the overall character of the written strokes are in line to each other or incorrectly stroke, or I mean in a correct stroke, or yeah, yun. Next, we have the spacing of words and letter. So, yan. The average amount of space placed between the words and the formation of the letters. So, yung spacing ng mga letters, um, if we, or this can be seen, the spacing between the words and the letter. Yan. Next, we have also the ratio of relative height, width, and size of the letters. Consistency is information of letters are to the height, width, and size. So in this characteristics, um, to buy yung mga letters is in the same size um, or the same size, width, or length. Yan. We have also the pen leaves and separations, the manner in which one stops writing to form new letters or words. So there are different situations that it may affects or it may affects the writing. Of course, kapag sira yung ano natin, yung instrument natin, and then there are there there are situation na kapag yung namamadali tayo, um, yung letra is there will be a unnecessary form of new letters or words. Yan. So connecting strokes, connecting capital letters to lower case, connecting strokes within letters and words, and etc. So connecting strokes, it is a so makikita natin to when we write in a cursive style. Yan. We, cursive style, which means all letters are connected to each others. Yan. Beginning and ending strokes when one begins a letter formation or numbers and where the strokes ends as to location. So in these characteristics, the beginning of the the beginning of the stroke, um, or I mean the beginning stroke of a letter and the ending stroke of the um, letter or a words or even a number. Yan. Unusual letter formation. So the formation of usual letters such as backward and S capital letters and etc. So yan, we have also shading, also known as pen pressure. How much pressure an ink with each placed on upward and downward strokes. So there are a lot of situations that um, shading is occur. Like for example, a defective pen. So yan, kapag nasusulat tayo tapos um, pagsulat natin is yung ink ay what I mean yung ball pen is we applied too much pressure and then there are a too much ink na lumabas. Kaya nagkakaroon ng um, shading or yung pagsulat natin is walang ink na lumabas and then we retouch it. So kaya nagkakaroon ng shading. We have also slant, whether writing slants to the right, left, straight, up, or down, or a combination of these, the degree of slant that exists, protractor measurement may be made. So if a person is right-handed, we cannot totally say that the slant of the letters is from left to right. But most is when a person is right-handed, the slant of the letters or words is from left to right. And if the person is left-handed, the slant of the letters or words will be from right to left. So yan. But not all totally. So we have also baseline habits, whether the writer writes along a straight line or writes with a downward slope, upward slope, bent in the middle, or etc. So baseline is refers to the alignment of every word's letters in a sentence. Because there are some people na nagsusulat sila yung kapag ay yung walang linya, yung like for example in a bond paper. So kapag nagsusulat sila, some of the sentence is or yung alignment is pataas, merong iba na the alignment is pababa, merong iba ang alignment is yung parang bagang may upward slope or bent, yan, or bent in the middle. So yan, that is referred as the baseline characteristics. So we have also flourish or embellishment. So fancy writing habits, curls, or loops, also characteristic manner of letter formation such as double loops, triple loops, straight lines, and etc. etc. So there are some people who writes na which is mas gusto nilang meron silang tinatawag na decorative sa kanilang every letters na sinusulat nila. Yung iba nga pag yung I imbis na tuldok, yung nilagay nila sa babaw sa itaas is pa circle. Yan. So another is placement of diacritics, crossing of T's, dotting of I's, and other function marks. So yan, crossing of T's, those are strokes that is horizontal to complete letters. So, and dotting of I's, we have also, yan, yung I, yung makikita nating stroke, tapos may tuldok sa itaas. And other punctuation marks. We have the classes of handwritings. We have the cursive writing in which the letters are the most part joined together. So yan, all letters and words are connected to to each other. So cursive handwriting, some people use this or sa akin, I used to write in cursive when I was in grade 3 and diyan din ako natutong magsulat ng cursive. And I write cursive until up to high school. And then now, script type of handwriting na yung ginagamit ko. So hand lettering refers to writing characterized by a disconnected style. So hand lettering is like a script type. So yung letters is disconnected to each other. So a form of this disconnected style. So we have also the natural writing. So natural writing, a specimen of writing that is executed normally and without any attempt of altering its usual writing habits. So natural writing, this refers to the natural handwriting of a person kapag nagsusulat siya. So yung bagang yung nagsusulat yung tao ay hindi siya ina-rush or hindi rin siya um, masyadong mabagal, yung natural lang ng pasusulat ng tao. So yan. We have the disguised handwriting, a specimen of writing executed deliberately with an attempt of changing its usual writing habits in the hope of hiding one's identity. So yan, disguised handwriting. Baga yung natural writing mo is somehow iniba mo because you are trying to hide the true identity of yourself. And we have also the guided or assisted handwriting, a specimen of writing executed while the writer's hand is steadied, usually employed by beginners in writing. So yan, guided handwriting most likely are those children who are first to write or yung una yung magsimulang magsulat yung yun, they are being guided. So we have also the classes of handwriting, black or printed, or letters are written in capitals. So ito, we have also scripted. Each letters is straight up and down and not joined to the next. So yan. Then we have also cursive, writing in which the letters are for the most part are joined together. So bumalik na ito. Legible, clear enough to read. So ito, there are some people that when they write, they are in a rush. So nagmamadali sila. Then the outcome of their writings is not clear and not enough to read. Next, we have the eligible. So not clear enough, not clear enough to be read. So mali pala yun. I mean, legible, clear enough to read. So mali yung explanation ko. Legible is clear enough to read. There are, so yan, yung mga taong nagsusulat na natural lamang, hindi nagmamadali. So the outcome of their writings is clear enough to read. So yan. So ito eligible. So ito yung na-explain ko kanina, not clear enough to be read. So those are people that when they write, they nagmamadali sila. So the outcome of their writings is of course It is not clear and it is not enough to read. Next, we have the calligraphic, decorative handwriting or handwritten lettering. So, itong calligraphic, most likely, ginagamit ito kasi itong calligraphic is more in embellishment din eh, decorative writing. Ginagamit ito yung invitation card sa kasal. Yan. Kakographic, displaying the properties of bad spelling or bad handwriting or both. So, kakographic is it is another term is ugly handwriting. Yan. Then, ugly handwriting occurs when a person is writing very fast. So, yan. Kadalasan sa mga estudyante, yan, kapag nagsusulat, yung guro nila ay nagbibigay ng mataas na sulatin. So, yung iba, humahabol. Kaya, the outcome is ugly handwriting. So, kakographic. So, yan. We have also disguise. So, as I said a while ago, and I also explained this already, the act of changing its usual writing habits in the hope of hiding one's identity. Yung bagang, yung natural handwriting mo is you are disguising your actual handwriting for the purpose of hiding your true identity. So thank you all of thank you na sa nakikinig ngayon, and I hope that meron kayong natutunan sa video discussion na ito, at sana mayroon akong ideas and knowledge na na-impart sa inyo. Thank you, God bless, and bye-bye. See?